All right, guys, we're about to embark on a journey. Not just any journey, but a deep dive into a country that's like a tapestry woven with threads of adventure, culture, and pure, unadulterated beauty. We're talking about Indonesia, people. This place, it's not just a country, it's a whole vibe. We're talking thousands of islands, each one with its own story to tell. Volcanoes, beaches that'll make your jaw drop, and cities that pulse with this energy you won't find anywhere else. Over the next few videos, we're gonna peel back the layers of Indonesia, uncovering its hidden gems, its bustling streets, and the heart of its people. We're going to be your guide to the ultimate Indonesian experience. So buckle up because this is gonna be one wild ride. Okay, so before we dive into the nitty-gritty of travel tips and must-see spots, we gotta rewind the clock a bit. Indonesia's story, it's not something you can just skim over. We're talking thousands of years, empires rising and falling, leaving their mark on the land. Think ancient Hindu kingdoms, the spread of Buddhism, and then, boom, Islam enters the scene, forever shaping the cultural landscape. It's like this intricate tapestry, woven with threads of different beliefs, traditions, and languages. And guys, you can feel this history everywhere you go. In the architecture, the food, the way people interact. It's this tangible connection to the past that just blows your mind. Hold up, the story doesn't stop there. Fast forward a few centuries and colonialism enters the chat. Not exactly a fun chapter, right? The Dutch East India Company, they saw an opportunity, and let's be real, they weren't exactly there to make friends. But here's the thing about the Indonesian people, they are resilient. They fought tooth and nail for their independence, and in 1945, they finally won it. Talk about a hard-fought victory. And that struggle, that fire for freedom, it's still palpable today. It's in the air, in the way people hold themselves, in their pride for their nation. It's a reminder that freedom is precious, man. All right, let's talk geography. Indonesia, it's not your average island nation. We're talking the largest archipelago on the planet. Seriously, over 17,000 islands scattered across the equator, like someone spilled a box of jewels across a map. You've got Sumatra, with its dense jungles teeming with life. Borneo, home to ancient rainforests and orangutans swinging through the trees. And then there's Bali, the island paradise everyone's dreaming of. But hold on, it gets even better. We're talking volcanic landscapes, mountains that pierce the clouds, rice paddies that look like they were painted by Monet himself. It's like stepping into a postcard, but like 1,000 times more vibrant. And the people, with over 270 million people calling this place home, Indonesia is a melting pot of cultures, languages, and traditions. It's like stepping into a living, breathing tapestry of humanity. You've got Javanese, Sundanese, Batak, and so many more, each with their own unique customs and stories to tell. And the best part? They're some of the warmest, most welcoming people you'll ever meet. This diversity, it's not just a statistic, it's what gives Indonesia its soul. From the bustling streets of Jakarta to the tranquil rice paddies of Ubud, you're constantly surrounded by this incredible energy, this sense of community. And that, my friends, that's what makes Indonesia truly special. All right, let's talk about Pencak Silat. This isn't your average after-school karate class. This is deeply rooted in Indonesian history and culture. Imagine a fighting style that's as much about discipline and respect as it is about self-defense. We're talking intricate movements, powerful strikes, and a flow that's almost like a dance. It's mesmerizing to watch, and you can feel the energy when those guys are sparring. It's not just about brute strength, it's about strategy, agility, and outsmarting your opponent. Think of it like this. Pencak Silat is a physical manifestation of Indonesian philosophy. It's about balance, harmony, and finding your inner strength. It's about respecting your opponent even as you're trying to take them down. And the best part? It's everywhere in Indonesia. You can find local schools, street performances, even competitions. It's woven into the fabric of the culture, and it's something you have to experience firsthand to truly understand. Now, if you thought volleyball was intense, wait till you see sepak takraw. Imagine this. A volleyball net, but instead of using your hands, you can only use your feet, knees, chest, and head. Yeah, you heard that right. This game is insane. The athleticism is off the charts. These guys are leaping through the air, spiking the ball with their feet with unbelievable power and accuracy. It's like watching a martial arts movie, but it's a real sport and it's awesome. And the ball itself is unique too. It's made of woven rattan, which is like a type of palm, so it's super lightweight and makes a really cool sound when it's hit. Trust me, once you see a sepak takraw match, you'll be hooked. Oh, and don't forget badminton. It's huge in Indonesia, like seriously huge. They love their badminton, and you can find people playing everywhere, from parks to stadiums. All right, let's talk temples because Indonesia has some of the most incredible ancient structures on the planet. And when I say ancient, I mean centuries old, steeped in history and spirituality. First up, Borobudur. This place is mind-blowing. Imagine a massive ancient pyramid, but instead of being sharp and pointy, it's covered in intricate carvings and statues. And I'm not talking about a few statues, I'm talking hundreds of them, each one telling a story from Buddhist teachings. Walking through Borobudur is like stepping back in time. You can feel the weight of history, the devotion that went into building this place. It's humbling, it's awe-inspiring, it's something you have to see to believe. And then there's Prambanan. This temple complex is dedicated to the Hindu gods, and it's just as impressive as Borobudur, but in a totally different way. The architecture is stunning, with these towering spires reaching for the sky. Now, while Borobudur and Prambanan are the heavy hitters, don't sleep on Indonesia's other temples. These places are like hidden gems, tucked away in jungles, perched on cliffs, each one with its own unique vibe and story to tell. Take Tanah Lot, for example. This temple sits on a rock formation just off the coast of Bali. Imagine this, crashing waves, golden sunsets, and this ancient temple silhouetted against the sky. It's magical. Or how about Uluwatu Temple? This place is perched on a cliff top overlooking the ocean. The views are insane, and the Kekak dance performances they have there at sunset are out of this world. And these are just a few examples. There's Besaki Temple, the mother temple of Bali, high up on the slopes of Mount Agung. There's Mendut Temple, with its giant Buddha statue, radiating serenity. Listen, I know I've been geeking out about temples, but Indonesia is so much more than just ancient architecture. We're talking about a country with over 17,000 islands, each one with its own unique flavor and experiences. So, let's jump into some of the other must-see spots that'll blow your mind. First up, Komodo Island. Yeah, you heard that right, the island where Komodo dragons roam free. These things are like something out of Jurassic Park, but real. Imagine trekking through the jungle and suddenly you come face to face with this prehistoric beast. It's exhilarating, it's a little terrifying, and it's an experience you won't find anywhere else. And speaking of unique experiences, let's talk about Ubud, the cultural heart of Bali. This place is a haven for artists, yogis, and anyone looking for a taste of authentic Balinese culture. Now, if you want to experience all of Indonesia's diversity in one place, head to Taman Mini Indonesia Indah or Beautiful Indonesia Miniature Park. It's exactly what it sounds like, a park that showcases all the different cultures and traditions of Indonesia, all in miniature form. You can wander through traditional houses, watch cultural performances, and even try different foods from all over the archipelago. It's like taking a crash course in Indonesian culture, all in one afternoon. But if you're looking for something a little more adventurous, something that'll get your adrenaline pumping, then you gotta check out Mount Bromo. This active volcano is a sight to behold, especially at sunrise. Imagine hiking up in the dark, the ground rumbling beneath your feet, and then reaching the summit just as the sun peeks over the horizon, casting an eerie glow over the volcanic landscape. It's epic. All right, guys, we're talking Indonesia, a land of adventure. We're diving into the iconic spots that'll make your jaw drop. First up, Borobudur. Picture this, a massive ancient temple like something out of an Indiana Jones movie. It's the world's largest Buddhist temple dating back to the 8th century. This place is a maze of history with intricate carvings and towering stupas. You can practically feel the energy of centuries past. Next, we're jumping over to Komodo Island. Yeah, you heard that right, Komodo dragons? These aren't your average lizards, people. They're like living dinosaurs roaming around this island. It's a total Jurassic Park vibe. Imagine trekking through this rugged landscape, the anticipation building, and then bam, you lock eyes with a Komodo dragon. Talk about an adrenaline rush. But hold on, we're not done with the natural wonders yet. Get ready for Mount Bromo. This active volcano is straight out of a dream. Imagine standing on the edge of a crater, the ground rumbling beneath your feet as you watch the sunrise paint the sky in a fiery palette. It's a humbling experience, a reminder of the raw power of nature. And the best part? You can actually hike up there and witness it firsthand. Now let's switch gears and talk about Ubud, the cultural heart of Bali. This place is a haven for artists, yogis, and anyone seeking a dose of tranquility. Imagine strolling through rice paddies, the air thick with the scent of incense, as you discover hidden temples and traditional craft workshops. It's a world away from the hustle and bustle, a place to reconnect with yourself and experience the true essence of Balinese culture. But hey, if you're looking for something a little different, a little off the beaten path, then Malak Beach is calling your name. This hidden gem is a slice of paradise, with pristine white sand, crystal clear waters, and not a crowd in sight. Imagine spending your days swimming, snorkeling, or just soaking up the sun in complete solitude. It's the perfect escape from the everyday grind. And for all you art enthusiasts out there, the Museum Pacifica is a must-see. This place is a treasure trove of art from across the Pacific, showcasing the diverse cultures and traditions of the region. Imagine wandering through galleries filled with vibrant paintings, intricate carvings, and ancient artifacts. It's a journey through time and across cultures, a testament to the power of human creativity. All right, guys, buckle up because we're diving into the wild side of Indonesia. It's incredible forests. We're not just talking any forests. We're talking about some of the most biodiverse rainforests on the planet. These places are teeming with life, from the tiniest insects to the largest mammals. Picture this: lush, green canopies stretching as far as the eye can see, sunlight filtering through the leaves, creating a kaleidoscope of light and shadow. And let's not forget the animals. Indonesia is like a living, breathing Noah's Ark, home to some of the most endangered and iconic species on Earth. We're talking orangutans swinging through the trees, their orange fur a flash of color against the green backdrop. We're talking tigers, stealthy and powerful, their stripes blending seamlessly with the shadows. These forests aren't just pretty to look at, they're vital to the health of our planet. They act like giant lungs, absorbing carbon dioxide and releasing oxygen. They regulate the climate, prevent soil erosion, and provide a home to countless species. But here's the thing, guys, these forests are under threat. Deforestation, driven by logging, mining, and agriculture, is pushing these ecosystems to the brink. We're losing these precious habitats at an alarming rate, and with them, we're losing countless species. And then there's the Komodo dragon, the king of reptiles. This creature is a true survivor, a relic from a bygone era. Imagine a lizard the size of a small car with powerful legs, sharp claws, and a venomous bite. They're apex predators, ruling over their island domains. Seeing a Komodo dragon in the wild is an experience like no other. It's a reminder of the power and majesty of nature, a call to action to protect these magnificent creatures and their fragile habitats. All right, guys, let's talk about the crown jewel of Indonesian tourism, Bali. This island is legendary, and for good reason. We're talking pristine beaches with white sand and turquoise waters, perfect for surfing, sunbathing, or just soaking up the tropical vibes. But Bali is more than just beaches. It's a cultural powerhouse with ancient temples, traditional dances, and a spiritual energy that's impossible to ignore. Imagine yourself strolling through the bustling markets of Ubud, haggling for souvenirs, surrounded by the sights, sounds, and smells of Balinese life. Then, picture yourself finding peace and tranquility at Uluwatu Temple, perched dramatically on a clifftop overlooking the ocean. The sunsets there are legendary. Speaking of legendary, let's not forget about the rice terraces. These iconic green landscapes are a testament to the ingenuity and artistry of the Balinese people. Picture yourself walking through these emerald green steps, the air filled with the sound of running water and the chirping of birds. It's like stepping into a living postcard. But hey, Indonesia is more than just Bali. This archipelago is a treasure trove of diverse destinations, each with its unique charm. Let's jump over to Yogyakarta, the cultural heartland of Java. This city is a melting pot of traditions, home to ancient temples, bustling markets, and delicious street food. If you're looking for adventure, head to Mount Rinjani in Lombok. This active volcano offers challenging treks and breathtaking views. And for the ultimate underwater experience, Raja Ampat is calling your name. This archipelago is home to some of the most biodiverse coral reefs on the planet, teeming with marine life. Don't forget about the Dieng Plateau, a volcanic wonderland with colorful lakes, steaming craters, and ancient Hindu temples. And for a truly unique experience, head to Tanah Toraja in Sulawesi, where you can witness ancient funeral traditions and explore fascinating burial sites. Indonesia is a country that will surprise you at every turn. So get out there, explore, and discover the magic of this incredible archipelago. All right, you've seen the temples, you've hiked the volcanoes, you've got the epic drone shots. But Indonesia, my friends, is so much more than just pretty landscapes. It's about the people, the energy, the vibe. And how do you tap into that? You gotta go deeper. This isn't just another country you check off your list. This is a place that gets under your skin, man. The culture here is so rich, so vibrant, it's almost overwhelming. But in the best way possible. Think about it. You got over 17,000 islands, each with its own unique traditions, languages, customs. That's insane. And the best part, Indonesians are warm, welcoming people. They'll invite you in, share their food, their stories. So put down the selfie stick for a minute, yeah? Get off the beaten path. Talk to the locals, learn a few words of Bahasa Indonesia. Trust me, that's where the real adventure begins. One of the coolest ways to experience Indonesian culture is through their festivals. And let me tell you, they know how to throw a party. We're not talking about your average street fair here, all right? Imagine this. Giant, colorful puppets parading through the streets, traditional gamelan music echoing through the air, the smell of incense and street food everywhere. It's sensory overload in the best way possible. And the energy? Electric. Everyone's smiling, laughing, celebrating. You can't help but get swept up in it all. It's infectious, man. It's like the whole country's coming together to just let loose and have a good time. Look, if you're lucky enough to be in Indonesia during a festival, you gotta check it out. Do your research, find out what's happening, and just go for it. Trust me, it'll be an experience you'll never forget. We talk about Indonesia's beauty, its culture, but there's another side to this country that's equally fascinating. Its economy. Don't click away, all right? This isn't some boring economics lecture. See, Indonesia's got this crazy mix of traditional industries and modern development. You got farmers harvesting rice in the same way their ancestors did for centuries, right alongside tech startups and multinational companies. It's a country on the move, constantly evolving. You can feel it in the air. That energy, that hustle, it's contagious, and it's fueling this incredible economic growth. Did you know Indonesia has one of the largest economies in Southeast Asia? Now, don't get me wrong, there are challenges: poverty, inequality, environmental concerns. These are real issues. But what's inspiring is that Indonesians are tackling them head-on, with creativity and resilience. Let's talk tourism. It's a huge part of Indonesia's economy, right? Brings in billions of dollars, creates jobs. But it's a double-edged sword, you know? On one hand, you got the positive impact. Local communities benefiting, cultural exchange happening, people connecting with this incredible country. But then there's the flip side. Overdevelopment, environmental damage, the risk of losing that authentic Indonesian experience we all crave. It's a delicate balance. And that's where we, as travelers, have a responsibility. To be mindful, to be respectful, to support sustainable tourism practices, to choose experiences that benefit local communities, not exploit them. It's about making conscious choices, you know? Traveling with a purpose. Because the goal is to experience the beauty of Indonesia without destroying it, right? To leave this place better than we found it. All right, let's talk about the good stuff. The food. Indonesian cuisine is like a flavor explosion in your mouth. Seriously, it's one of the most underrated cuisines out there. We're talking bold flavors, fragrant spices, fresh ingredients. From the savory goodness of nasi goreng to the spicy kick of rendang, every bite is an adventure. And don't even get me started on the street food. Satay skewers grilled to perfection, gado-gado with its peanut sauce, martabak manis, the sweet pancake dessert. It's a culinary journey you won't soon forget. But here's the thing, Indonesian food isn't just about the taste, it's about the experience. It's about sharing a meal with friends and family, connecting with the local culture, and savoring every single bite. One of the best things about Indonesia is that you can have an incredible culinary experience no matter your budget. You can grab a delicious plate of nasi goreng from a street vendor for a couple of bucks, or you can splurge on a fine dining experience at a world-class restaurant. And the best part? The quality is consistently high. Whether you're eating at a humble warung or a fancy restaurant, you know you're getting fresh, flavorful food made with passion. Don't be afraid to get adventurous and try new things. Ask the locals for recommendations, explore different regions, and let your taste buds guide you. Trust me, your stomach will thank you. And hey, if you find yourself in Bali, hit up Nadi Nuri's in Ubud for their legendary ribs. You won't regret it. All right, so you've decided to explore Indonesia. Awesome. Now let's talk about getting around this incredible archipelago. Indonesia's like a giant puzzle, thousands of islands scattered across the ocean. You've got planes, ferries, buses, trains, everything you'd expect in a country this size. Domestic flights are your best bet for hopping between major islands. Think of it like catching a cab in New York City, just with more stunning views. Ferries connect the smaller islands and offer breathtaking scenery. It's not just a mode of transport, it's an experience. Buses are everywhere, cheap, and will get you pretty much anywhere. Sure, it might be a bumpy ride, but that's part of the adventure. Beacocks and motorbikes are perfect for navigating the chaos. Hop in a beacock, feel the wind in your hair, and let the driver navigate. Rent a motorbike, throw on a helmet, and explore hidden beaches and bustling streets. Sometimes the best way to get around is just to walk. Get lost in the maze of streets, discover hidden alleys, stumble upon a local market. So whether you're flying, cruising, or weaving through traffic, remember, getting around Indonesia is an adventure in itself. Embrace the journey, stay open to the unexpected, and get ready for the ride of a lifetime. Indonesia, man, it's not just a place, it's a vibe. Imagine a country so diverse, so full of life, that it feels like 100 different worlds rolled into one. We're talking bustling cities with skyscrapers that pierce the sky, right next to ancient temples lost in the jungle. We're talking about traditional villages where life moves at a different pace, where time seems to slow down. From the moment you step foot in Indonesia, you're greeted with warmth, a genuine sense of hospitality that's woven into the fabric of their culture. It's in the smiles of the locals, the way they welcome you with open arms, the way they make you feel like family even if you've just met. And speaking of family, that's everything in Indonesia. It's the bedrock of their society, the glue that holds everything together. You'll see families eating together, laughing together, sharing stories and traditions passed down through generations. It's a beautiful thing to witness, this deep sense of connection and respect. And then there's the spirituality. Indonesia's a melting pot of religions, a place where faiths coexist in harmony. You'll hear the call to prayer echoing through the streets, see incense burning in Hindu temples, witness the colorful ceremonies of indigenous tribes. It's a reminder that there's more to life than meets the eye, a sense of something bigger than ourselves. But here's the thing about Indonesia. It's not all about serenity and tranquility. This is a country that thrives on chaos, on the energy of the streets, the constant buzz of activity. Markets overflowing with exotic fruits and spices, street vendors cooking up delicious meals on makeshift stoves, kids playing soccer in the streets, their laughter echoing through the air. It's a sensory overload in the best possible way, a constant reminder that you're alive, you're present, you're experiencing something truly unique. And amidst all the chaos, there's a sense of peace, a deep-rooted belief that everything will work out in the end. Maybe it's the tropical climate, the lush greenery that surrounds you, the sound of waves crashing against the shore. Or maybe it's the people themselves, their infectious smiles, their unwavering optimism, their ability to find joy in the simplest of things. Whatever it is, it's contagious. You can't help but feel it when you're in Indonesia, this sense of peace that washes over you, this feeling that you're right where you're supposed to be. So there you have it, Indonesia, a land of breathtaking beauty, ancient traditions, and warm, welcoming people. From the majestic temples to the vibrant coral reefs, from the bustling cities to the tranquil rice paddies, Indonesia is a feast for the senses, an adventure for the soul. It's a place that stays with you long after you've left, a place that calls you back again and again. So what are you waiting for? Pack your bags, book that ticket, and get ready to experience the magic of Indonesia for yourself. And hey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. Let's spread the love for this incredible country. Selamat jalan! Safe travels!